Hi people, I'm sitting here with Geert and Philippe from Beyond the Labyrinth. Very nice concert at Devil's Rock for an Angel. Can you give some impressions of the concert of today, shortly?
I had a lot of fun. There were a lot of people in the venue when we were playing. The 20-minute changeover didn't kill us. It's not a lot of time to sound check a band who has 4 vocals. So I had very much fun. I had a good impression. It was very good organized. Got everything we needed. So.
I especially liked the people participating. When we are on stage, we see people having fun. So but it was hot on stage. You see, I'm still sweating. Next question.
He's always sweating.
I saw Beyond the Labyrinth a few years ago with a different lineup. Maybe you can give like a very short biography of the band that people have some more idea what is Beyond the Labyrinth.
Beyond the Labyrinth is classic rock, and it is not easy being in the scene in Belgium. So sometimes it's quite difficult having your lineup stable, and that's why we are so happy to have Philip, this one, on vocals now, because we have the ultimate lineup. We are getting a bit older, but we get also more experience. And Beyond the Labyrinth is probably one of the only Belgian bands still playing classic rock, and that's what we intend to continue doing.
Yeah, for me, Beyond the Labyrinth was a nice thing to do in that way. I'm coming from the heavy metal scene, not from the classic rock scene. I've been singing for over years with distortion on my voice, and here in Beyond the Labyrinth I can use my clean vocals. I can get up higher as before, and that's a wonderful thing to do. Also, the backing vocals are in harmony. They are not power chords, and for a singer that's really great.
Well, for me it's like well, a nice thing that you are now in Beyond the Labyrinth.
Sorry?
That you're now, Philippe, you're now in Beyond the Labyrinth, because I was quite a huge fan of Double Diamond, even more than Fire Force, if I have to say.
Yeah, 2 different bands, of course. I know
Why is that finger?
that finger is really good thinking, really hard thinking. Oh fuck, what am I gonna say now? Oh my god. No. Double Diamond was also more hard rock, and it developed easily, slightly to being a metal band. When we took over and Double Diamond had his split, Fire Force became even a stronger band and is now, after 10 years, a little bit of a trashy metal band. So it was time for me to search other ways with my vocals. Is that a question to your... Is that a question? Knip er maar uit. Is that an answer to your question?
Of course, yeah. Now back to Geert. The name Beyond the Labyrinth, what's behind the name, how you chose the name, why you chose it, special meaning of Beyond the Labyrinth?
It is a special mindset. Every day we are in our daily labyrinth, and we have to rise above. We have to see what lies beyond that labyrinth. But for being able to do, you need to rise above the labyrinth, like Icarus does.
Now some details of the band. So direct influences of Beyond the Labyrinth and indirect influences. So indirect can be like a movie or a book you read or something that happened.
We believe that you have to inspire each other. That can be photography, that can be movies, that can videography. And one of our indirect influences is somebody that takes pictures for us. His name is Reinhold, and you will see that there's a mutual influence between the band's music and Reynolds' photography work, but there's also the direct influences, and there's 27,000 names. Sometimes I make the joke of saying we are somewhere in between AC/DC and ABBA, and it's a joke because everybody knows that we love Deep Purple, we love Kansas, we love Journey, we love Toto, and there's so much more. But we also love Savatage, we like Queen. So there's so many bands that we like.
For me, the nice thing as a musician in Beyond the Labyrinth is all the members have a different style of music. Our drummer is into rock and Phil Collins. The bass player, Geert, are into 70s music. I'm coming from the heavy metal scene. And all those things make it work that we become to write the songs that we have now with Beyond the Labyrinth. Dat was veel gebroebel, hè?
For instance, Sjoerd is a huge Hammond fan. Our keyboard player, Sjoerd, he's a Sjoerd. He's a huge Hammond fan, and he believes in John Lord, but he also believes in a blues Hammond player called Rhoda Scott, and you will find him playing cover tunes from the 70s and the 80s. So all these all influences. This comes in one big melting pot. We are one big melting pot.
Not really a question, but to Philippe, why you stole my beer?
Because they have very great beer at Devil's Beer for an Angel. I like it very much. I had one before. I saw this was on the table, and I stole your beer, Jan. Cheers.
Yeah, he's very lucky. Now I come to my final question. It's the hardest one. It's one I love. Most people adore the question, especially if you're real music lovers. So suppose you're on a desert island. You don't have fucking internet, no smartphones, no radio, no television. Only a record player or a CD player on batteries, because it's a desert island. Which 3 albums each one of you would listen to? 3 albums, 3 albums.
My first one would be Al Stewart, Year of the Cat, the very best pop album of the 70s. A second one would probably be a best of Queen, and a third one maybe Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf.
Deepest Purple. The best songs from Deep Purple. Verdomme, hoe noemt dat album nou weer van John Wade?
Van de Babies.
Ja, dat is van de Babies, maar hij had ook dingen, hè.
Van Bad English.
Bad English, ja.
The first one or the second one? When I See You Smile.
When I See You Smile. Ja.
The first Bad English album, is it?
The first Bad English album, When I See You Smile with John Wade. I love that album. And then, of course, I have a very difficult choice to make which album from Judas Priest I will pick. So, I will take Screaming for Vengeance with me. Ah.
Nice. So, this way we just will finish in time, but I promised 10 minutes, so this is going to be an interview of 10 minutes for Metal to Infinity webzine. You want to add something?
I wanted to say, don't give me a record player on that island. Give me an acoustic guitar and enough strings, and I will write more songs.
I'm very pleased that we were being here with you. You took the time to do this interview with us, and I wish you also all the luck in the further years and your work.
Thank you very much. So, interview for Metal to Infinity webzine, Jan Vervaeke YouTube, and Jan Vervaeke Foto and Film Facebook page. Cheers, guys.